today I'm with a guest, and let me not call him a guest, he's a veteran in the house, and we're going to be shooting a couple of video and content with him. He's none other than my husband, and he's going to introduce himself. Then before we go into anything else, I just wanted to apologize humbly for having not been on YouTube for the past 2 months due to a lot of things here and there, but I thank God for giving us a chance to come back and share with you our little nuggets of wisdom and our little information, our little information that can help you to be good at marriage. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, darling. My name is Kevin, as my wife, Darlingworth, introduced me earlier. Before actually we go furthermore to this video, if you'll please subscribe to our channel. There's forward to just keep updated with information that we shall be posting here thereafter.
Yeah, and also remember to click the notification bell so that you can be able to know when we are posting. And what we're about to share is just basically we're just going to share with you today exactly like what the topic of the video says, that we're talking about 5 things we wish you knew before getting married. In short, they're just basically some of the lessons we have learned in marriage that we wish we would have known before, and it might help you out there who is married. And if you're planning to get married, this can also be able to help you. We're not saying we're a perfect couple. We are not perfect. Point of correction, we are not perfect. We are just a struggling couple like any other couple out there. Probably we've been through the worst kind of things in marriage, and we don't want to paint that picture of marriage is perfect, a depressing picture which people see on social media of a couple seated in front of the camera acting like everything is all well and sundry. We just want to share with you exactly as it is, hardcore. And probably in our subsequent future videos, we are going to also share about some of the challenges, real life situations that we have been through, that probably we are still going through some of those challenges now. But we would just like to share today briefly 5 things we wish we would know about, would have known about marriage, and we would have seen them probably practically, because sometimes it's easier said than done. So we are here to share with you. Maybe so the first thing or the first lesson that we learned, or probably the first thing we would wish we would have known before getting married, is we are a team. So anyone who is in marriage or anyone who is aspiring to get married, it is very important for you to know that you are not up against your spouse. You in any disagreement that you have with your spouse, always remember that you're a team. Your spouse might have a different opinion from you. You might have a different opinion from them, but that doesn't mean that you guys like fight physically, because some of these things are the ones that even end up causing the worst kind of fights in marriage. So always remember, as you're sorting an issue, fight the issue. Do not fight your spouse. Remember that you are always a team. Also, in other projects or anything that you do, decision making, remember to always consult your significant other before you make that decision. If you have a savings account, why keep it to yourself? Make sure you tell your spouse that I started a savings account. Even if it's for your own good, make sure that he is aware of it, and many other things. If you're running late from home, that is another important thing you need to say. Maybe not like as if you're being accountable to them, but you're just letting them know, like, so that they can be able to know. You know, it's a kind of like you have to work in synergy. You can't like just say I'm married and now I'm married to myself. You have to ensure that you are working in synergy, like as a unit, like the way a company can work as a team spirit. Yeah, that's the first lesson.
Thank you, darling. Lesson number 2 that we've learned actually in our experience in these 2 years of marriage is number 2 is love in marriage is not the same as love in dating. Many of us out there think that marriage is just the same way as we see it in dating. And so many people are excited about the idea of getting married, and everybody wants to get married. You know, you're so excited about the wedding, you're so excited about the fairy tales that we see in movies and all these things. and series and all these things. But marriage is a totally different idea, and not only idea, it's a different experience. While in dating, many times we experience
feeling.
that
There's a
feeling,
feeling.
yeah, the feeling of you love this person, you love this particular partner that or fiancé that you've met, and you've been seeing over time.
And you're
But
attracted to them also.
wonderful.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you for that. Yeah, so in marriage, whereas marriage is a bit a totally different ball game, because when it comes to marriage, it's all about choice. You need to take a choice. This choice, you've not met this person, and now you're getting to meet this person for a lifetime. And basically, lifetime means you have to choose. You have to choose to be with this person the rest of their life, with the rest of your life. So basically, the vows that you made, remember the vow that you made on the day, the vows that you made on the day that you guys got connected to one another. And basically, love is just basically a choice, because you choose to love this person, whether in good times and in bad times. So it's not something that you actually want to deposit your just like a bank account where you deposit your notes, and then you want to drop out. You don't just drop out like that. You have to choose and stick to it.
Maybe just to shed light on what he's saying, is that to say the love that is in marriage is not the same as the love that is in dating is, in marriage, you choose to love the person regardless of their weaknesses. Because when the person comes into your life, it's you have to like set yourself aside and ensure that no matter how wicked they are, or how unfair they are, or how all the things that a human being can hurt you, you still choose to remain and forgive them. So basically, it's all about forgiving and making it work. That's what love is a choice in marriage is all about. But love in relationship is the one whereby boy-girl relationship, we are attracted, and there's this feeling that makes you like melting. Now, that's not the same thing in marriage, and that doesn't actually last forever. So when you're in marriage, because you're seeing this person every day, it kind of like wears out. So what needs to make the marriage beautiful is the choice that you make while you're in it.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So you wanted to add anything?
No, point number 3.
All right, thank you. So the third lesson we learned about marriage is that you need to communicate, and you need to have a specific love language. What I mean by love language, because now you've already probably understood what love in marriage is all about, then it's all about your teamwork language. What is your love language? It's the teamwork language. So, for example, if you have that consistency in communicating, and you know that Kevin communicates in a particular way, even if someone else uses Kevin's phone to text you, you will know this is not Kevin. You get what I'm trying to say? So, for example, if Kevin left the house and met someone out there, went with someone to a restaurant, and then passed by a particular place, if he informed you about all that, if someone called you and asked you where Kevin is, you would know where he is. And if someone called you and told you, no, I've just seen Kevin somewhere else, you would believe that that is not true. Because most of the times, probably they tell you this, it's not probably, there's a consistency of how he communicates, or there's a consistency of how I communicate. It will help us to be able to know who is right. And it actually kind of like builds the trust in the marriage. So ensure you have that love language, or that unique kind of coded language between the two of you. It's not like literally, like really coded, but it's just a language that helps you guys trust each other. Are not saying we're perfect yet, but we are still working on these things. Actually, these are some of the things, some of them which we have even learned just only recently, after we are now 2 years in marriage. So I think that's the third lesson that we have learned. Yeah.
Wonderful, thank you. And lesson number 4, one of the things that is very important is begin building walls from day one. This I would actually inspire all the men out there. In your families, please, one of the things that you need to do is to focus on building walls around your marriage, because this is key to your marriage, because just like any other family out there, any other business out there, any other fortress out there, you have to build a fortress around your something that you treasure. When you don't build a wall, fortress around what you treasure, chances are that the thief comes and kills and steals and destroys whatever you have. So
in short, what you're saying, or rather what he's saying in short, is that you're opening the marriage to everyone. Like, it's an open book to everyone. You're allowing everyone to involve themselves in every single thing about the marriage. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful. So a marriage is supposed to be something that is kept between the two of you, and this is a commitment that you had, both of you, together with God, because a marriage is made of three. God comes first, then you, the two of you, and we all know that two become one. So we need to keep that bond united with the two of you in between you. So build that wall from day one of your marriage, because the moment, as my wife earlier said, the moment you open your marriage to any other third party influence, chances are that you're going to be an open book, and your dirty linen you wouldn't want your dirty linen to be put out there or had out there. Like many of the marriages today are facing a lot of conflict and challenges to basically, you've already been exposed to so many things out there, and third parties have been part of your marriage. So it becomes a struggle to build that gap, to bridge that gap, and bring honesty and bring trust in that marriage. So it's always in-laws, influences from the in-law, and friends and family, and you have so many things, children also.
Like everything just needs to be, every single thing that happens in your marriage should remain in your marriage. And if for example, if you're a guy out there, you can't make decisions with your mother, you have to make decisions with your wife. And if you're a daughter, or rather if you're a wife out there, you can't make decisions with your father, then now you come and talk about it to your husband. You have to make the decision. The decision has to come from your unit, and then now it is implemented. So I just guess that's what I wanted to add. Sorry.
Yeah, for sure, much.
Yeah. And then the next, right?
Yeah, that's
the last lesson that we should have known about marriage before entering the marriage, or the lesson that we learned while we're in the marriage in these 2 years, is that it is very important to fight on your knees. What do I mean by this? You need to really pray. Like, if you're a woman out there, you can always find time, at least 1 hour, to kneel down and pray for your family. Have this personal relationship with God. And if you're a husband out there, also have this, develop this habit of praying. I know men are not as, let me not use the word religious, but every human being out there, you have been created to praise God and to give.
Maybe you could say more devotion. Men, we usually not devoted to prayer as much as our counterparts, our spouses, the ladies. They're very devoted in prayer.
Yes, and then pray, and it is through your relationship with God that you're able to get that grace to forgive your spouse. Your spouse may have done something very, very horrible or despicable to you. I know there's some things you can't go past them. You cannot forgive past that. It just depends on who you are. Or sometimes it is because we don't have enough grace for us to forgive.
True.
That's why today there are so many increasing cases of divorce. But every human being has a weakness, and every human being deserves to be forgiven. And that is why we need to have that grace to pray all the time and to be in the presence of God, so that we can be able to forgive and we can be able to make this marriage work. Marriage is not an easy thing, and I'm not really sure it's for everyone. It's maybe one thing I like telling people is that marriage is not for the faint-hearted. People who are in marriage, if they are to unleash the skeletons in their closet, you would even wonder what are they still doing in that marriage. But what makes it beautiful is it's like going on a hill or on a trek. It's the ups and the downs that make it eventually a beautiful thing. When you look at these people who have been married for like 50 years, there's a plateau, they reach a plateau where now they already understand one another and there is no like too many disagreements. They're just mature and they're just able to coexist because they know how to tolerate one another. So prayer is a very important thing. There is a movie called War Room. I watched it some years back before I got married and it really inspired me. So we need, as I'm not saying I'm perfect, like I pray all the time and everything. It could be an area which I'm struggling with, but we need to like really make it intentional to pray for our marriages, to pray for our children, to pray, like to just even have that personal relationship. It is important to pray as a family, but also it is important as you out there to have like your personal relationship with God, because when all is said and done, everyone will be judged individually. So I guess that's it. We are going to wrap it up, and we are so grateful that you have watched. Once again, if you've just landed onto our page, remember to click the subscribe button. We are actually pretty much new on YouTube, and we're not here to be that mediocre person or mediocre couple that just talks about mediocrity, but we're just going to share a little bit of wisdom, keep us going. So without further ado, I'd like to thank you for tuning in.
Thank you very
please
much.
remember to subscribe to press the subscribe button, and to
please
press
share the notification.
Yes, and to share. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Be blessed. Bye.
Thank you.